Hello and welcome to part 3 of the 1962 Bolens 600. In the last video we put new tubes in the rear tyres, and since then we've polished up the wheels. This one turned out quite good, but this other one didn't turn out as well due to the rust and the fact that it's been repainted. Another thing we did off camera was we got some 800 grit sandpaper and went over this little area here and then put some cutting compound on it, and it's made a lot of a difference from the previous bit of paint, like this bit here, to here. What we're planning to do is cover the entire tractor just like we have done here. Also, the reason this patch is wet is I sprayed the FMC tag with some WD-40 because that usually cleans it up quite nicely. To make cleaning up and the other jobs we've got to do easier, we're going to be taking off some panels such as the wheel arches, the seat stand, the toolbox, the hood and the hood stand. We've got the wheel arches off. Fortunately we didn't film it because it took quite a while. We snapped 3 out of the 4 bolts and the other one we had to chisel off. So now we're going to be undoing these 4 bolts to get the toolbox and the seat stand off. They both come off together since they're both bolted onto the gearbox. This is the final bolt. They all came out quite easily since I'm guessing the inside of the gearbox isn't that rusty. There we go. Put that on there. Up comes the toolbox, and now the seat. There we go. We put the bolts back in the gearbox so we don't lose them, and we're not going to take the seat off the seat stand yet because these bolts look quite rusty. So, for a few weeks, we're just going to spray them with some releasing fluids. Now to take off the hood stand. As we said in a previous video, this hood stand's off a G10 because the proper 600 one would have 2 fixings on this side and 1 fixing on that side. And because it doesn't, it isn't the best fitting. Also, there should be a bracket in here attaching it to the engine. There we go. Now for the other side. As you can see, it's very awkward to get to this bolt on this side. As you can see, we've gone through a selection of screwdrivers trying to find one that actually fits through here. There we go. Bolt out. See if it comes off. There we go. We've spotted another oddity now that we've got the hood stand off. This split pin here should be facing the other way, and this spring should go from the split pin here down to this plate here, rather than going back on itself onto something that the pedal's pushing down. Now we're going to take off the hood. The hinge down here is it should be spot welded onto the hinge from the bonnet, but instead it's bolted. Not sure whether it's spot welded as well. And then it's welded this plate down here, and then it's got the bolt overlapping the hinge. So since this is probably going to be a hard operation, this is going to take more than one pair of hands, so we won't be videoing us taking it off. We've got the hood off. It took quite a lot of work, since these 4 bolts, as well as holding the plate with the hood on, it also holds the tubes onto the axle bolster. And once we've taken the bonnet off, we spotted another very odd feature. On here, there's a plate welded across the tubes. I mean, the tubes are in good condition, the bolster's in good condition, so I'm not quite sure why that was done. We were going to leave the strip down there, but since there was only 4 more bolts to undo to hook in the top of the gearbox, we decided that we'd do that. We're now going to have a look inside. In here you can see there's some wear on the edge of the cogs from where people have just quickly chucked it into gear. But it isn't bad for a 50-year-old tractor. Then back here it seems that the oil levels are quite low. I'm pleased about the gearbox. We've put the cover back on, firstly to stop the dust getting in and to stop the smell of the old gearbox oil getting out. With all the panels removed, it should make it easier to do some of the jobs that we need to do to the tractor. But that's all we've got time for this weekend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video and see our other videos. More to follow as we do more on this tractor. Bye!